bum, ba, bum. Oh man, let me sort the area out here and make room. Get the mic fixed. Feels like it's about to fall off as the phone goes off. Ugh. Oh, it's my stream. Let me hear how the music sounds. Get the mic fixed. Feels like it's about to fall off. Not hearing any music. Let me turn it up a little bit more. See if that works. All right, so you can probably hear the music now, and if it gets too loud or anyone comes in, I'll verify it one more time once it comes up. I'm still trying to learn how the audio levels and everything should be for this. That was too loud, so we had to turn that down. Way too loud. The delay. That's perfect. Okay. All right, now we can start our intro here. So, I figured it'd be pretty cool to show off all the garage sale pickups I found, gaming related and stuff. Over the past, I think this is just 2 weeks worth of stuff, guys. This weekend and last weekend, plus a contact who always, anytime he finds games, he's a reseller, so he'll buy games for cheap and then sell them to me at a good price for the collection. So we got some here of that, and then a Facebook Marketplace deal, and a really cool comic book set that really surprised me this morning that we'll show off here. But yeah, we got some music in the background here. It is the best of video game music playlist. I've actually never really sat back and listened to this list before, so not sure what's all on here. I've seen some Metal Gear Solid, some Castlevania, and it's already driving me nuts because all these things have like different volume levels. Now, in the background, you might hear my kids playing and stuff. They have a friend staying over, and I don't have the buffers and stuff on for this mic, so you'll hear everything from everywhere. But man, I'm gonna pick a song here. Let's see what some Elder Scrolls sounds like. We'll let that start this off, and let's get started into some pickups here. So the first thing was really cool. This was last week. Some plushies that I found at a yard sale, and this is the Eevee Build-A-Bear plush, which is pretty cool. My daughters really love this thing, so I'm starting with the plushes so I can throw them out the way. Cool little Sonic plush. Actually, it's not little. I think this is like 16 or 18 inches long, so pretty neat Sonic plush there. And my favorite ones from the plushes were some Mario ones. We have a good amount of the Mario ones already. Luigi, Princess Peach, Rosalina. But these were some that we didn't have. And all those plushes were at the same sale. So really cool to find that stuff. So bam, out the way, out the way, and out the way. All right, we'll start working through some games here. And some of these, I remember where some came from. The others, I don't. And some of these, I didn't even want. But it's one of those situations where I picked out the games I want, and then they're like, just take the rest of them. So Okay. The one movie out the way is Super Troopers 2. Told you guys before, I was in law enforcement forever and loved the first Super Troopers movie. And someone had this out at their sale for $1, and I actually haven't seen it yet, so there's no way it's going to be able to hold up to the first one, but I'm still looking forward to giving it a try and giving it a watch. So, good old Super Troopers 2. And I'm just going to grab a stack of games here. Now, this first one I actually own. Let me see, how many different copies of this do I own? One, two, I'm looking at them, 3, 4. I own 4 different copies of this game already. And you guys are going to think, why would you want 4 copies of this? Well, it's Final Fantasy 13-2, and this is the novella edition. It has this little art book or episode book with it that's inside. Haven't actually looked at it yet to see what it kind of is. It actually looks like just like a storybook, like a preface book or something. But I have the original editions of this for PlayStation or on Xbox 360. I just have the normal disc version sealed, and I have the collector's edition of it. And then for PS3, I have the normal edition and the collector's edition, and now this edition. Now, why would I want all those editions of this game? Because I absolutely love the Final Fantasy 13 series. I've played 13 and 13-2, really enjoy them. I haven't played Lightning Returns yet, though. And it's one of those things where I'm like sitting on the back burner because you hear rumors of a remake possibly coming out or just an HD pack coming out of it. Those rumors have been trickling, so it's like, okay, I'll just wait for that before I play Lightning Returns. And because it has the dreaded like time mechanics to it, I don't want to have to deal with any type of time stuff and missing out on things. It's one of those games where you feel like you might have to play with a guide just so you're not going to miss something because of that time factor in it. But nonetheless, I love 13-2, so adding that. And sticking with the Final Fantasy theme, at the same sale, this was actually from someone, a yard sale I went to when we first moved here. 2021 is when we moved here. And I had bought a couple PlayStation 2 games from this guy. Ended up going to the sale again this past weekend, yesterday. And sure enough, he had a couple more video games there. He has even more of the PS2 stuff I'm supposed to text him about because they're moving. He doesn't want them anymore, so I'll probably end up buying those from him. But I'm going to let the garage sale settle down and the weekend go through first before we work out that deal. But this is the Final Fantasy 15 Deluxe Edition with the Steel Book. I dabbled into 15 when it first came out, and I wasn't a big fan of it, just the way the combat system and everything was. So I ended up trading my copy in. But for $5, I mean, I'm gonna add it to the collection again and give it another go, hopefully one day. And this steel book is just really cool. I don't know what all the deluxe edition came with, but the steel book is really nice. Looks like it had some add-on content here, but sure that's used. But still, nonetheless, really cool. So some more Final Fantasy going into the collection. All right, next up. A pretty beat up copy of Burnout Paradise on the PS3. I think I bought it for $1 at a yard sale. The case is really jacked up in the artwork, but the game, the disc itself is actually in really good shape. So I thought I had this game, guys. I thought I had Burnout Paradise, and a lot of people love this game. Turns out I didn't. So I'm glad to have it for the PS3 because I lean more to the PS3 these days than Xbox, even though I love the 360 controller and how games play on them. It's just a trophy thing. That's all it is. I'm more focused on getting trophies than achievements, so I'd rather play the game on a PS3. I don't even know if it came out on 360. And next up, Skyrim Legendary Edition on the PS3. And I don't know what games, again, came from what sales. So they're kind of all mixed up here. So unfortunately, I can't tell you any stories behind these. But Skyrim Legendary Edition, UFC Undisputed 2009. And most of these were pretty cheap. And like I said, some were ones I didn't want. They just kind of threw in Modern Warfare 3, Call of Duty. This is one I actually did want, though. Madden 2012. It wasn't just a throw in. I wanted this one just because it's one I didn't have. I always thought like the full cover on it was pretty cool. And if you guys don't know, like this running back, and now I'm having a brain fart with his name. Oh, what is his name? He just caught the league off guard. I remember playing fantasy football that year. He was actually on my team. I scooped him up after he went off his first week. And it was just like a special season for this dude. And I think the year after he had a good season too. But then kind of, I think he got an injury bug or something and just was never the same again. I cannot believe I'm having a brain fart on his name though. Dungeons, I got the next two here I picked up not for me. They're for a buddy in town because he didn't have this one. Dungeon Siege 3, I have a copy of this already. And I know it'd be something that he would really enjoy. The other one he told me to look out for him for because he picked up a guitar for me. Well, I gave him an extra guitar that I had for Guitar Hero because he had Guitar Hero 2 on the Xbox 360 and wanted a copy of Guitar Hero 3. So when I saw this in a pile, snatched it up, and it's going to him. So he'll enjoy that. Dragon Age Awakening. One that I'm interested in giving a go, X-Men Destiny. It's when it first came out, I remember because this was a time where we had Marvel Ultimate Alliance and stuff. 1 and 2 had come out, and then X-Men Legends, and then you're wondering what's the next X-Men game gonna be. And this one came out, Destiny, and I don't actually really know how the gameplay is. I just know it wasn't as well received as the Legends series and the Marvel Ultimate Alliance games, but I don't know. If it's still like the action kind of combat system that those have, I'm looking forward to giving it a go. And really like Need for Speed games, Need for Speed Rivals. All right, next act. Me bending up and getting out of frame and everything here. I'm going to have to get up to get stuff too, so. Lego Batman 3. I actually enjoy some of the Lego games that I've played, especially Lego City Undercover. Probably my favorite game out of any Lego game. But the Lego Batman games are supposed to be pretty good. So, got the third one here on 360 and it was complete. So, to the collection. And these next two are ones that I already had. But again, they were tossed in. Tetris Worlds on the Xbox. And Bloodwake on the Xbox. Skylanders Trap Team. I actually have a ton of Skylanders here with Portals and never actually played the games. I played the one on 3DS and that's about it. So I'm actually probably going to give this a go one day down the road, but who knows? Oddworld Munch's Odyssey. I found another Oddworld game a couple weeks ago at Garage, so that was pretty cool to find another one. This one I could not believe I did not have. I thought I had it, but turns out I didn't, and that was the God of War Origins Collection. Kind of a grimy, beat-up case, but again, the game is in really good shape, so that's what matters to me. So really cool. I played these through on the PSP, so it'd be cool to see what they feel like HD. And Ico is not really fit in the mood right now. Whoever made this list, I want some classic video game music. Even though this is a good one. The Bombing Mission. You know what? We'll stick with it. We'll stick with it. They got a lot of like slow pace music in here. Give me some upbeat stuff. Warhammer Space Marine. This is another one for a different buddy here in town. When I saw that there, he had just finished playing Warhammer 2. And I actually haven't played Warhammer Space Marine 2 yet, but he never played the first one, so here's his chance. Minecraft PS3. Really good racing game, split second on the PS3. If you haven't played it, give it a try. I had traded my copy in, so awesome to have it again in the collection. And I had the steelbook of this, God of War Ascension already. But again, a lot of these were just extras. Need for Speed, Underground. Need the GameCube copy still for my collection, and my beard is getting stuck on the mic. And that's it. That is it for those game stacks. So next, let's get into the little Wii bundle I got from my connection. So let me get this stuff out the way and grab it. And we're back. Oh, don't mind the construction going on back here. This used to have Super Nintendo games all through it, but I've arranged my shelves to where my Super Nintendo games are over on the other shelves now. So all my NES stuff is going to be kind of worked out behind me, but it's a work in progress. As our camera goes out, let's give it a little reset. Boom, we're back. But yeah, it's a work in progress. So anyways, this next thing, like I said, I got a guy, if you guys remember, it's an early video on the channel here where I went and got, man, the Complete in Box NES and issue number 1 of Nintendo Power. A bunch of great stuff from this guy, and he just hooked me up with a great price because he got a great deal on all this stuff. So he wasn't out trying to make top dollar for anything. He didn't care. As long as he could even double up, he was fine. Now, at that time, I was putting stuff in a box that I wanted for my collection, and all the stuff that I told him was actually pretty good. I kind of put to the side for him. It's like, hey, you could probably get a little bit more for these things, so I would put them off to the side for yourself. But a guy came in like right after me while I was there. Like, I was about to pay for my stuff. This guy comes in and starts making himself a pile and puts all those good games in there and gets them for pretty cheap. So, man, I always felt bad for that guy after that. But I told him, like, anytime you find anything, let me know. I'd love to come check out what you got. And we've done multiple deals. Like, ever since that time, we've done multiple deals. He's given me tons of great deals on things and items. And this is another one where he found a Wii with some games, and he just wanted $75 for this stuff, which means to me, he probably only paid like $20 for it at a yard sale. But the Wii, of course, I didn't need, but he wanted to keep it all together. And I already took the black Wii. It's one of the black ones with the Wii Motion Plus. I already took that to GameStop and got like, what was it? $46 in credit at the store. So that's pretty awesome. So basically like $30 for these games from him. And man, give me some upbeat music here. Like, what is all this? I'm gonna just put on real music. It's like everything's in looks. Hey, I love the orchestra music. That's just not the mood I'm in right now. Okay, but anyways, here's the games. Let me pull the stacks out here. And he also had, he threw this stuff in too. He threw in a replacement lower screen for, it looks like a DS XL, maybe a 3DS XL, like new in the wrapper, I don't know. And Super Smash Brothers Brawl was in there. The crazy one for me, which is I'm so glad that he had this. He has a new Super Mario Bros. Wii, which I have already. But if I show you guys my copy, Yes, this is a fresh garage sale find I found years ago, and it is just all beat up. So, needless to say, I'm glad to have a little upgrade here for the collection. And these two were kind of part of it too that he threw in: Sniper Elite and then Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2. Man, this felt really light. There's a reason it's light. All right, but with the games, SmackDown 2009. These Ben 10 games kind of have a following to them, and I've yet to play one. So, Ben 10 Alien Force, Villajax Attacks, Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 2 disc only. I know people really enjoy number 3. I have it on the PS2. It's a great game. Ninja Turtles. Wonder how this one plays in relation to the 360 and PS3 versions. And that's Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions. You know, sometimes they just have different things put in the games and they just don't play the same, or different content. Of course, different ways you play it, especially if they got waggle controls in it. So it'd be interesting to see how different it is. Mario Sports Mix disc only. Of course, Wii Fit's in there. Another Lego Batman game, Batman 2. And then Sonic Colors. So a nice little bundle of games there, which none of these except for Wii Fit. Let me get it down here. Wii Fit and the Mario was the only ones I had in my collection. And of course, that Mario case art is a massive upgrade for me. So I have to get in touch with them about this one not having its game in there, because I was actually looking forward to having this one to play. Since I'm not on PS Plus anymore, I didn't renew my subscription, and I can't play it anymore for free. So next thing we'll go over is a really neat Facebook Marketplace deal that happened last Saturday evening. Like, garage sales were done, and then I saw this pop up, and I grabbed it. All right, this was going to be a little difficult to show. And I'm going to try to bring up to see if I can remember what this actually even cost. Let's see. Just remember this. Hopefully none of this music is like copyrighted. Oh, he removed it, so I don't know. Yeah, I'm not seeing it. He removed the listing, so it's got our chat log, but we didn't talk about the price there because I paid his asking price. So I want to say he asked, I think it was $120 for all this stuff, and it was a really good deal. Don't get me wrong, but he didn't know if the consoles worked. So basically, it was a PlayStation 2 lot. Had a PlayStation 2 Slim, PS2 Fat, but it had the PlayStation 2 Logitech Driving Force Pro racing wheel in the box here, which was my main thing I wanted. I wanted the racing wheel for the collection, especially since it has the box. I love playing racing games with a wheel. Play a lot of it on PC since I have a... man, now I'm forgetting the Thrustmaster. I got a Thrustmaster that I use on my PC, so... But it was a PS2 lot. Here's some games it came with. Nothing crazy. Ace Combat Zero, probably the coolest one in there, but American Chopper, SOCOM, Tiger Woods, ATV Off-Road Fury 2, which I love these games, and I didn't have the second one, so that's a cool little addition. NASCAR Thunder, NBA Live, Madden, your GTAs like that are in every bundle. Tony Hawk Pro Skater 4, that's a pretty cool one. I got it for the GameCube, so don't really need the PS2 one. Fight Night, more Grand Theft Auto, Gran Turismo 3, which looking forward to trying the wheel out with that. Cabela's Dangerous Hunt, you know I like my hunting games, guys. And then MLB 2006. But now to show you guys this wheel, even though it's going to be a little tough. So here it is. It is the PS2 Logitech Driving Force Pro force feedback racing wheel. Comes with the gear shifter on there too, the pedals and everything. And I did test this thing out. It does work like a charm. Awesome. Says it's compatible with Gran Turismo 4 and stuff there. So really cool. Really awesome addition. Like stuff like this, I know people aren't too crazy about steering wheels and stuff. This is actually a good wheel. And man, I think retail for this thing, like right now, price charts maybe between 70, 80, sometimes $100 you see these things go for with the box and stuff. So it was a great deal, but he didn't know if the systems worked. So brought the systems here. The fat PS2, nope, it was dead. Does not work. But the PS2 Slim did work. I mean, it's pretty dirty, but it does work. So yeah, another extra PS2 Slim. All right, that is pretty much all the video game stuff from the past couple weeks, other than stuff I got from GameStop and stuff. But the next thing is actually pretty neat, and that's this box of comics. If anyone's interested in seeing them, I'm still going to show them if you're hanging out. And yeah, so let me grab those and show them to you guys. As we sneak back in here. Now, first and foremost, I am not a big comic person. We can't have the singing. I'm not a huge comic book person. Excuse me. But I went to a yard sale, and I initially saw this box. Didn't really care about it at first. It's like comics. Don't really care. More into games and movies. Asked him if he had any. He's like, man, I had an NES this morning with about 15 to 20 games with it, but someone got it. So I was like, oh, that would have been cool to just to see what kind of games he had for it. I got enough NESs, could care less, but would have been cool to see what games he had. Then he had these comics sitting there, which at this time of the day, I think it might have been like 10-ish o'clock. So I would have thought something like this would be picked through. And maybe it was. Like, I have no idea. Maybe it was. But I started looking through it, and like 8 of them jumped out at me that are like, oh, these are really cool. And I'll point those out when we go through this. 2 of them for sure are like, I don't even care what these things are worth. Like, I want them for the collection. And I went up to the guy. I think I found 13 that I was going to get. I was like, I'll take these 13 because he wanted $1 each. And he's like, how about just $20 for the whole box? And I was like, sure. $7 more and it's whole box. I think I haven't counted. I think there's 50 to 60 of them in here. I don't know. I'm not going to keep count while we're doing this, but I'll show them off to you. And while going through them when I got home today, surprisingly, there's some pretty cool ones. There's no $100 comic in here or anything, but there's some cool ones that are like, I wouldn't think they're like $10, $8, and like, man, that's really neat. So let me show them to you guys. And if any comic book aficionados are watching, you can tell me your input on it. Of course, one I know about, The Death of Superman. Really cool one. Oh, sorry, Super Smash Brothers. Didn't put you away. Death of Superman. And it's actually in really good condition, really good shape. No bent edges or anything. A lot of these aren't in the best of shape, so it's pretty cool when I saw some that are in really good condition. This is, I didn't know this. I should look this back up. I think these were from 1984. So 1 year before I was born, when the first issue of this came out. And this is Iceman #1, limited, a 4-issue limited series of Iceman. And it actually has all 4 issues of it. So that's #1. And just because these covers are crinkly doesn't mean the books were. So most of these books, they have a couple bent edges, but for the most part, they're in pretty decent shape. #3. And I know I got #4. It must have got separated. Or do I have them stuck together? Yep, there it is. #4. This Doom 2099. And it'll be interesting to see what happens with stuff like this when that new movie comes out with Robert Downey Jr. playing Doom in it. What it'll do to Doom Comics. And as far as ones I had picked out, the Superman one was one I was going to get. And the Iceman ones were ones I were going to get just because they were like, man, those are old. That'd be cool to have. I actually had picked this one out. The Infinity War #1. Again, nothing crazy, but still have the first issue of the Infinity War. This is the Superman #75 Memorial Edition with the poly bag still on it. So I thought that was neat. The Savage Dragon, which I don't really know like if this is a collection of the first couple issues, because I have the Savage Dragon #1, issue #1 in here too. But yeah. Now these next two are the ones that were like, I'm definitely getting these. If you know me, Godzilla and stuff like that, love that, but I'm also a big Alien and Predator fan. And I saw these two in there. Predator versus Magnus the Robot. Magnus Robot Fighter. I have no idea who Magnus Robot Fighter is, but I know who Predator is. So had to get that. And I'm looking forward to reading those. And this was a 2-part series, and it actually had the second one in there as well. So really neat stuff. I'm looking forward to reading that to see how it goes if he ends up defeating Predator. Supreme from Image Comics. Never heard of him. Issue #1. Silver Surfer. I just thought this cover was really neat. #75. Giant size. I wonder what it means by giant sized issue, because it's the same size, but I wonder if that means it has more pages than normal. Again, I'm not a comic book guy, so I don't know. Silver Surfer, 63. Oh, double issue. 62 is on the back, so I need to pay attention because I don't know if I missed out some other ones like that. So 62 and 63. Not this issue, but the next one I'm going to show you. They had Ren and Stimpy comics in here. I didn't even know Ren and Stimpy had a comic book. But you know the other thing, which is cool with these, since it's back in the 90s, is the advertisements in it. And on the back of one of these that I saw had an NBA Jam advertisement, which is awesome. All right, the next. Now this Ren and Stimpy one I thought was pretty unique, and I had it picked out. It's because it is Amazing Spider-Man versus Powdered Toast Man in Ren and Stimpy show. So really cool little crossover there with Spider-Man. All right, and next up is, I think I have the first 4 in this, first 5, Youngbloods. Again, never heard of them. Image Comics. The only Image comic I had ever really heard of or read was Spawn. I had the first issue for the longest time, and somewhere in a move, ages ago when I was a teenager, I was really into drawing, and I remember used to like to draw Spawn a lot, and I had an art book that had my Spawn drawings in it. And somewhere in a move, my art desk that I had, my art book that had those drawings in it, and my Spawn comics, all gone, all missing. I don't know what happened to them, so it stinks because I really like looking back at some of my old artwork and really want to know what I remember my Spawn ones looking pretty good. I was proud of them. So, but then Youngblood #1, and this is like they had different variant covers of this, so pretty cool. That one. This is issue 2 of Youngblood. Issue 3 and issue 4. It's just cool seeing this 90s artwork style. Like these days, if you look at a new comic book, everything just kind of looks digital. So it's kind of neat seeing. And now I'm just realizing, what is this, 3? Is this like a reversible covers on these? See the 3 at the bottom there? Didn't know that. Pretty cool. And then, like I was saying, like the artwork and stuff you see in here compared to the artwork now, like everything kind of seems digital. This still looks hand drawn and awesome. It looks 90s. Good song, but again, don't want music. Ooh. This is a great game. Last Guardian. Exo Manowar issue 0, I think. Another cool cover. X Factor. This is part 2. I don't know if I had part 1 here, but here's another X Factor. X Factor versus the Alliance of Evil. I think this is one of those that's like a $5 book, surprisingly. And these are kind of like older. I think like 89. Bunch of Uncanny X-Men here. I guess I'll get those sorted in order. So, starting with issue 282. 284. And there's some cool Tiger handheld advertisement on the back for some X-Men. So nice to see some gaming stuff mixed in there. Issue 86. Oh, this is like, it's matches made in heaven, guys. Check out the Terminator 2 Judgment Day on Game Boy. Of course, the infamous LJN ad down there. That's awesome. All right, 293. Oh, say hello to my heart with this one. This is definitely finding its way into the collection. And if you guys know me, you'll know why. Because Metroid makes an appearance on the back. So that is awesome. Now, a lot of these had the cardboard sleeve in it. So I want to take them out and see what's on the back of them. 298. And issue 299. Really cool stuff. All right, let's dive into some more here. Ugh. Let me get some more out. All right. Here's that one I was talking about, Savage Dragon issue #1. So I don't know what that collection will be of. You can't really read this, but this says Shadowhawk 2. Cool cover, though. Oh, we know that's some Batman Arkham music right there. The Silver Surfer and Warlock Resurrection #1. And this looks like the next part in that series, #2. Maybe the final part. I do not know how many parts are in it. I think this is Youngblood Battlezone #1. Dooms 4. I wonder what that was for. Dooms 4. Is that another book? Or comic book series? Some more Manowar. Issue 13. X-Force. The Executioner's Song. The final chapter. Issue 18. The Wildcats Trilogy. Issue number 1. Again, never heard of the Wildcats. Image Comics. Jim Lee, huh? So Jim Lee did some... I know Jim Lee's famous for, I thought, his DC artwork. Did not know he did stuff for Image. Supreme issue number 2. This is the New Mutants issue number 100. Inferno, the New Mutants, issue 71. Oh, and here's one on the back. Issue 73 as well. So again, another little double up one. Man, that cover's so cool. Magnus Robot Fighter, issue number 25. Some more Robot Fighter, number 22. More Robot Fighter, number 15, that is? Yeah. Cyberforce. Again, never heard of this one. More Image Comics. Blood Brothers Prelude, Blood Strike, issue number 1. Darkhawk. So this is a Marvel series. I wonder if we're going to see this person join into the fight here anytime soon, because he's looking pretty cool, like in these images. But this is issue number 25. And what is our ad we have here on the back? It says Marvel X-Men, but looks like it's for a videotape. But it's got some Toys R Us down there, which, while we're on Toys R Us, talk about the stupid things we save as collectors. The Wii remotes for the black Nintendo Wii that I got from that guy I showed you earlier, the games. Inside the Wii remotes had these batteries. Toys R Us branded batteries. Of course they're dead, but I don't have like anything Toys R Us in my house, and I'd like to have stuff to remember them by, and I'm keeping the batteries, so yes, stupid things collectors keep. They might still make those because there technically are still Toys R Us and Sears, so you could probably still get them brand new. But anyways, Darkhawk number 30. And these actually didn't have any sleeves. 31. Oh, and you know we got a good one here on the back. Coming to leading video game systems in 1993. We got our Mortal Kombat action, guys. Look at that ad. Awesome. This is issue 32 of Darkhawk. It's like games and comics just go together. That is really neat. Really neat. Number 33. And here's that Tiger handheld advertisement. That's awesome. I'm more excited to see what the back of this ad is now. 34. RoboCop 3. He's back, baby. Bring back the 90s. Ain't that right, honey? Yes. Bring back the 90s. Ooh, this has a... is this Venom in here? Yeah. Man, so he's kind of in the Spider-Man universe. Number 35. Ooh, Castlevania. Let's go. Quarterback Club. I feel like Video Games Live might not like their music in the background. Issue 37. I love seeing it, guys. I might have to do a dedicated video to these advertisements. Like, forget the comics. Just show off the advertisements in a video. Number 38 of Darkhawk. And here's the NBA Jam one I saw. The classic NBA Jam advertisement logo. You'd see everywhere. Bloodshot number 1. This is $3.50, which makes me wonder what year it came out, because a lot of these were like $1.50 and stuff. I thought we didn't really see these $3 price tags until the 2000s, but I don't think this is a 2000s comic. Oh, what do we got? Everything's upside down here. It's just cardboard. Man, this one feels thick. Okay. Oh, this one was really neat. Yeah, I set this to the side. I thought this was cool. I'll try to show you guys without screwing it up. So this is another Darkhawk comic. This is issue 39. But the neat thing with it is on the inside, it has the inserts for... It's introducing the Marvel Master Prince cards in here. And I told you guys, I think I talked about these cards in an earlier video. Like, we loved these cards back in my day. This is before Pokemon. The Marvel Master Prince, if you had these on the bus or in school, you were the cool kid. So it has that insert, but a couple pages into it... Come on. I'm trying not to screw it up. It actually has this... I don't know how many still have all this stuff in it, but it has that ad thing in it too. A little bit further back, here's some of the cards. Check those out. I don't want to screw the book up or crease the edge or anything. But there's what some of the cards would look like. We got Spider-Man, Venom, Look It All makes one big cool picture. Then it has the back on that to tell the details. So I just thought that that was really neat that that is still in this book after all these years. Because I think this is 92 or 93 when this came out. So cool. Of course, we got NBA Jam. That is a cool one. Put that up here, make sure it doesn't get ruined. All right, Midnight Suns number 1, Unlimited. That is. I thought these were pretty neat looking. Cable, and that's part 2 of it. But I have both parts of this little series. Cable 1, then Cable number 2. That's pretty neat. Or wait, that might be part. That's part 2 of 2. Then what's this one? Because this says it's number 1. So I wonder which one of those actually follows after this one. Okay, we got 2 number 1s and 1 number 2. So I don't know. Blood and Metal. Okay, those 2 do go together because those are Blood and Metal, and this is. I like how some of these say on it. It's the first collector's item. Like, make sure you get it. And it's probably worth 50 cents. I don't know. Another neat one here is this Fantastic Four Unlimited. Number 1. The world's greatest comic magazine. And this one is way thicker than the average comic book as well. So, really neat one there. The Iron Manual, number 1. Brigade, the first issue, some more Image comic stuff. Some more Brigade. And then some good old fashioned Amazing Spider Man comics. And I think this is a pretty good issue. Again, not super crazy or anything, but the Amazing Spider Man issue number 244, because I think it's like the third appearance of the Hobgoblin or something in there. And I learned while looking these up that there are different types of issues. If you see down here, you got the barcode. That means it was like a newsstand printing because you could buy it in stores. Other books, like this one, The Amazing Spider-Man issue number 371, there is no barcode on it. This would be like, I guess, if you were in your comic book shop and you had a monthly pickup or it got sent to you, it wouldn't have the barcode or UPC on it. So I never knew that. But really cool to have some Amazing Spider-Man. Those are always great classic comics to have. And then this one right here, The Amazing Spider-Man Soul of the Hunter, the final one here. So again, I don't know how many comic books are in it, but for 20 bucks, heck of a deal. It was awesome. So that's pretty much all the yard sale stuff from the past, like I said, 2 weekends. 2 weekends worth of garage sale hunting. Not too bad as far as our games and collectibles. So we'll wrap this live stream up after we recapped all that stuff, get some of this stuff put away, and I might be back for a game live stream tonight. I've been wanting to stream some Castlevania, so hopefully I'll have some time to do that tonight. If not, I will catch you guys in the next one.